Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time I'm going to be doing a full set of extendo nails. So of course the first thing I'm doing is just going in and pushing back the cuticles. After that, I'm going in with my 180 sanding band to remove the shine from the natural nail. For this part, I'm using my Melody Susie rechargeable nail drill, and I'm using it at 6,000 RPMs. Of course, we go around the cuticle area, going from the right side all the way over to the left side, going back and forth until you have fully removed the shine. Remember that our nails get their shine from the natural oils that our body produce, so we just have to go in there and remove them with this 180 sanding band, because if not, you will get lifting. So make sure that you do this step very well. Remember though, you're not filing to thin down the natural nail. We're literally just filing to remove that shine. So after we finish removing the shine, I just dust the nails off, and then I'm going to go in with the nail tips. Now these are the Extendo nail tips. These will be available on my website as soon as I come up with a restocking day, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. So be sure to go follow me on Instagram at GetNail32, because that's usually where I post about the website first, so that way you guys don't miss out. So of course I'm using the KDS glue, and then before applying these nail tips, I like to cut it into a V shape. That way the nail tip is not covering too much of my client's natural nail. Of course, holding their finger really straight and then just applying the glue on the nail tip, holding it down on the client's nail, and then it dries like literally in like 2-3 seconds. So we're gonna do that on all of them. Again, these are the Extendo stiletto nail tips. So after we finish applying the nail tips, I'm just going to go in and trim them down to her desired length. She do want them a little bit longer than she usually get them. So I just go in and cut them down, make sure that they're all about the same size. Same thing for the other hand. And then after this, since they're already going to be like a squarish coffinish shape, not coffinish, but coffin shape. I'm just gonna go in and redefine that shape. Of course, I'm measuring the nails against each other to make sure that both hands are the same size. And then I'm gonna go in with my 100 nails file to do my reshaping. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with my 100 nail file. I'm filing both sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle, and of course blending the nail tip right in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meets. And also make sure that whenever you're filing these tips that you're holding them, because you don't want them to wobble all over the place, especially with them being super long. So same thing, y'all, going in on the sides at a 90-degree angle, making sure you hold your file really straight. And then remember, make sure that you hold the actual nail tip as you're filing. Alrighty, so now we just dust the nails off, and then I'm going in with the primer, and the primer is going to help the acrylic adhere a lot better to the natural nail. So we want to make sure that we always apply that. You could also apply dehydrator, which a dehydrator removes the shines from the natural nail. And I feel like obviously we do that whenever we remove it with the sanding band. so I don't feel like it's necessary, but you most definitely can apply it. So now I'm just going in with this nude acrylic by Mia Secret. I actually ran out of my JC Beauty Concepts cover blush, so I'm just using this one, which I believe is the Mia Secret Cover Nude. And I'm just gonna go in and apply this on all of them. The brush that I'm using is the Alpha brush in the number 16, which usually you guys know that I wouldn't use a brush this big, but with these nails being super long, I needed something that was gonna help me pick up a way larger bead. That way I'm not having to apply way too much acrylic. So of course I'm gonna, like, I tried to do my 4-bar method, but y'all, like, these nails are long, so I'm basically just going in and applying acrylic as I go, but I'm steady looking at the nail from the sides and the tip to make sure that I have a nice apex and a good thickness at the tip. So of course, since this is a nude acrylic, I am gonna go in with just this to kind of give us, like, at first I was going to use this one and not use any clear, but I was like, no, that's too much nude. And then I ended up, like, accidentally knocking it over, so then I lost even more powder. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and encapsulate them. So I'm going in with the nude until we get a nice coverage. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the clear to build our apex and thickness at the tip. So make sure that, as always, you're steady looking at the nail from different angles. That way you know exactly where you need to apply more acrylic. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with the clear, which this one is actually by JC Beauty Concepts. I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that information down below. But I'm just going to go in and I'll place that bead closer to the cuticle area, brushing it down. And with this one, remember, this one with the clear, we're building the apex and thickness at the tip. So I'm steady looking at the nail from different angles. That way I know exactly where I'm placing my acrylic. Alrighty, so moving on to the next nail, same thing, placing the first bead, patting it down, making sure it doesn't run over to the sides or underneath the nail, pushing it up and then brushing it down towards the tip. And make sure that when you're brushing very gently, because you don't want to just apply the acrylic and then brush it off the nail, because then you're going to be having to add more acrylic and add, because you're going to be wasting a lot of your product by wiping it off. So we're gonna go in and again just making sure that we have a nice coverage of this nude acrylic, and then once we do have that nice coverage, we're gonna go in and encapsulate with the clear. So remember, this nude is by Mia Secret, which I just used because I ran out of my cover blush by JC Beauty Concepts, and then I'm using my JC Beauty Concepts clear acrylic, and then the brush is the number 16 Alpha brush. But all of that information I'll leave down below, as well as all of the promo codes that I have. Alrighty, so right here I also wanted to talk about the bead that goes around the cuticle area. So as you guys can see, I place it down and then I pat it down, and then as soon as I place it down, I go in and clean around the cuticle area if I need to, which in this case I didn't need to. And that way, you know, the acrylic is nice and neat around the cuticle area. And also whenever you're placing that bead, you want to make sure that for one, you don't go in with too much product, because then it's going to flood the cuticle area. And then two, you want to make sure that you're holding your client's finger down. That way the acrylic kind of just does its, or the gravity just does its job, and then the acrylic is going to just kind of run down towards the tip, and it's going to leave you with a really nice and neat cuticle area. I went in with another bead to get a better coverage, but same thing, placing it down, patting it down, cleaning around the cuticle area, and making sure that it's nice and smooth. Looking at the nail from different angles. Now I'm going to go in with the clear, and remember, this is going to build the apex and the thickness at the tip. So with this one, I place it closer to the cuticle area, and super gently I brush it all the way down to make sure that it's nice and even throughout the entire nail. Alrighty, so we finished applying the acrylic, and this is what the nails look like before I go in and do any reshaping or actually filing. As you guys can see, they are really nice and smooth, no bumps and lumps. I do see some little rough edges on the sides, but then whenever we go in and reshape them during this step, we're gonna get rid of those. So of course we're going in with that same 80/80 hand file, just filing the sides and the free edge to make sure that we get rid of those rough edges, and of course to redefine that shape. So we're gonna do this on all of them, and again, this is an 80/80 hand file. Alrighty, so after that, I'm going in with my extra fine drill bit, and of course I'm filing around the cuticle area, going from the right side all the way over to the left side, going back and forth until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the acrylic is, and where the natural nail is. That way you know that the acrylic is not on the skin and the acrylic is nice and sealed and you won't get any lifting. So same thing, y'all, going around that cuticle area, going from the right side all the way over to the left side. And then also pay attention to, as I'm filing around the cuticle area, I'm holding the side of their finger with my pinky. That way I get some stability. You definitely want to do this, because if not, your e-file is just going to be all over the place and you could cut your client, and we definitely do not want that, even though it does happen every now and then. But you know, if we can avoid it, then we're gonna do whatever it takes. So we're just doing the same thing on all of them, and during this step I am using my e-file at 10,000 rpms, but as always, just use it at whatever speed you feel comfortable using it at. Alrighty, so after we finish doing all of that filing with the e-file, now I'm going in with the buffer, and this is going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So you want to make sure that you buff the nails really good during this step. After this, I'm just going to dust the nails off and wipe them off with an alcohol wipe, or you can have your client go wash their hands, whatever is more convenient for you. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with some gel polishes by Madam Glam. Of course, I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that information down below. So we're going to be doing tips on all of them, but they're going to have different colors and different prints as well. So the first one is going to be this orange one. So I just go in and create that smile line with my small nail art brush, which these will be available again on my website here soon. And then with the actual nail polish brush, I go in and just filling the tip, and it's just a lot faster than going in with the little small brush. But the small brush definitely help with drawing that smile line. That way it's nice and neat. And like I said, with this one, we just go in and fill in the rest of the nails. So for the tips, we're gonna have this one that's gonna be orange. We're gonna have a pink one, a white one, a blue one, and a green one. So I'm gonna go in and draw all of the small lines, paint all of the tips, or polish all of the tips, and then we're gonna do the same thing on all of them, and then of course curing for 60 seconds. Alrighty, so for the pinky, it's going to be a French tip as well. However, it's going to be an ombre. So we're doing the lime green on one side and then doing the darker green on the other side. So I just same thing, went in and did the smile line, and then I'm just going in with the actual nail polish brush and just doing the two colors and just kind of blending them in the middle. Alrighty, so we did the same thing on this other hand, and then we're only going to do one coat of each color just because we're doing so much stuff on top that, you know, it really does not matter. Like, and we got a good coverage, of course. So now I'm just going in with this white gel polish, and I'm just doing some dots, going just, you know, up the nail. And then as you can see, they get a little bit smaller as I go. So I'm just using my little dotting tool, and since the dotting tool is a little bit smaller, I'm just going in and like moving my dotting tool in circles, and that's gonna make that dot a little bit bigger. So I'm just doing them like this, and then I am gonna go in and fill in some of the little gaps with some more dots. And then before I cure the white, I'm gonna go in with a blue gel polish, and I'm gonna basically redo the dots, or I'm gonna do like a blue dot inside of the white dot, if that makes sense. Alrighty, so same thing for this one. So just going in and drawing the dots with the white gel polish, and then before we cure, we're gonna go in and do the blue dots inside the white dots. Alrighty, so up next we're gonna do the pink one. So I'm going in and applying the blooming gel by Mia's Secret, which is the gel that's gonna make that gel polish kind of expand. So I'm just going in with my dotting tool, and I'm going in with this hot pink, and this one is basically gonna be like that snake skin effect. Yeah, I almost said something else, but the snake skin effect. And so I'm just doing the color like all the way down the middle, and then I'm just going in with a little bit on the sides as well. And I know there's people that use a brush to do this, but obviously you can see that with a dotting tool it's a lot easier. So I would suggest just doing it with this one, and same thing as we did with the other one. So before the pink, of course, before we cure it, we're just gonna go in with the white, and we're gonna apply that right over that pink, and that way both of the colors are gonna kind of they're gonna like expand, if that makes sense. Like it's gonna spread, which is the base thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You guys can see it. But again, that was the blooming gel by Mia's Secret. I got it on Amazon, so I'll be sure to add it to my Amazon storefront so you guys can go check it out. Alrighty, so for this one, I'm just going in and drawing some dots. So on the lime green side, we're going to go in with this darker green. And then on the darker green side, we're going to go in with the lime green dots. So we're just going to, you know, alternate the colors. Alrighty, so for the white nails, we're just going in with the blooming gel, and then I'm going in with the blue. And y'all, this one I actually I liked all of them, but this one I really liked how that white and that blue look together. And then inside of the blue dots, I'm gonna go in with different color dots. And I feel like this one just turned out really pretty. Like, I feel like a set with just this would be really cute. Ooh, I might do that actually. I've been trying to figure out what to do for my nails, and I think this is what I'm gonna end up doing. Like some real similar but different colors. Like, yes. Oh, I'm glad I thought about that. But anyway, same thing for this pinky. So just going in, applying the blooming gel, and then going in with the blue dots, and then going in with the different color dots in the middle or inside, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, inside or in the middle. Same thing, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Alrighty, so for the blue nail, we're just gonna go in and same thing, apply the blooming gel, and then for this one, I'm gonna go in with the orange, and it's basically gonna be the same thing that I did with the pink nail, except for I'm not gonna do the polish on the sides, just, you know, in the middle. And then I'm gonna go in the middle of the orange and apply the like little yellow color, the lime green color. Not even lime green, it's more like a neon yellow. So we're just applying that right in the middle, and then we're gonna cure this for 60 seconds, and then after that, I think that's pretty much it. We did all of them. So I did a lot of the blooming gel on a lot of the nails, and I just love the effect that it gives, like where the nail polish spreads and everything just looks really good once it settles. So same thing for this one, going in with the blooming gel, doing the orange and then the yellow on top. Alrighty, so after that, I'm just going in with the top coat, and we're just going to apply that on all of the nails, and then we're going to cure for 60 seconds. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. As you can see, they turned out really pretty. I love all of the colors, but I definitely think that the white with the blue dots has to be my all-time favorite one. But I love the length. I love that nude color, and everything just, like I said, looked really good. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at getnold32, and also be sure to follow my personal Instagram at Natali_Carmona32.